Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. I saw a lot of chatter on the interwebs yesterday about a significant snowstorm coming this weekend from some of the weather people that are usually very, very cautious. Honestly, I would love to see a few really big snows, but that's just me. Anyhow, I'll let George be the bearer of the legitimate weather news in a little bit. For me, I'm just guessing and dreaming. Okay, the news. Let's get into it, shall we? Just a horribly tragic story out of Baltimore. About this time yesterday morning, the Baltimore Fire Department was called to a row home fire in a vacant structure on South Stricker Street. As crews were working inside, the building collapsed, trapping 4 firefighters. One was pronounced deceased at the scene, 2 others died at shock trauma, and 1 more is in critical condition. This is one of the deadliest fires in the department's history, and collectively, the 4 had nearly 50 years with the department. Governor Hogan has ordered Maryland flags to fly at half-staff and said in a statement, "Our hearts are broken for the entire Baltimore City Fire Department as 3 of our bravest have fallen in the line of duty. A 4th firefighter was critically injured and is on life support. Each and every day, our firefighters and first responders answer the call and are ready to run into danger. This is our worst nightmare." Rest in peace, Lieutenant Buttram, firefighter paramedic Kelsey Sadler, and firefighter EMT Kenny Lacayo. Our prayers for a full recovery to firefighter EMT John McMaster. Apparently, the feds feel there was some fraud afoot with the PPP and CARES Act money. You think? I had no idea the extent, but they are estimating it to be $90 billion with a B or more. They have appointed a top prosecutor that has made it a top priority, and here in the Baltimore region, in 2020 alone, 40,000 businesses got $4.9 billion, that's that B again, worth of PPP money. So far, they have 366 indictments, Baltimore State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby being one of them, 294 arrests, 142 convictions, representing $460 million. And I have said since day one, I would not want to be the person that needs to reconcile all of this. The city of Annapolis is celebrating Black History Month, February, with a speaker series called the State of Black Annapolis. The first one is scheduled for February 1st from 6 to 8 p.m., discussing the past of Annapolis. February 8th will be focused on the present, and February 15th is the future. All will be held from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Annapolis Library on West Street, and it will also be streamed to the city's Facebook and YouTube pages. The evenings are free of charge and will be emceed by Erica Griswold. And I'm looking at the speaker list, and this will be a great series. You want to tune into that. And as we begin to wrap it up for today, let's do a Ticket Tuesday, courtesy of Ram's Head on Stage. I have tickets to see a bunch of shows, and I'll give them out randomly. Just email me at info@eyeonannapolis.net or send me a DM on Twitter and tell me which show you want to see and why you want to see it, and I'll pick some winners. Up for grabs this week, I have 2 tickets at The Best Table in the Joint for comedian Jeff Richards on the 30th, and sliding into February, Anna Popovic on the 3rd, and Max Weinberg's Jukebox on the 4th. And you want to make sure you check out all of their great shows coming up at Ram's Head on Stage at ramsheadonstage.com. Some quick podcast news. Again, if you know of some businesses that need to be spotlighted, let me know and I will reach out. I'm recording 3 this week and up this Saturday, refill goodness. Okay, that's it for the news, but first a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's daily news brief, Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, Rehab to Perform, and Alpha Engineering. So now hang tight. We have George Young from DC MDVA Weather standing by with your locally forecast weather report. And we also have Scott MacMullan from Scott MacMullan Law here today with, well, you know what? I'm not even sure what he's going to talk about, but he is here with some legal info for you. All of that's coming up in just a bit.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, What keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
All right, the technology gods are forsaking me this morning, and no matter what I do, I can't seem to get George's forecast to load, so you are stuck with me hacking away at today's weather. The forecast for today is brr, and tomorrow more of the same. No, the week actually looks pretty good. Right now it's about 36 degrees in the area, and we'll warm up a bit under sunny skies and then get colder in the afternoon. Tomorrow it's going to be colder still, lows about 22 with a high just at the freezing mark. You want to carry that through Thursday, and Friday into the weekend is where change is up. If I'm reading George's site and charts correctly, and by the way, you want to go to dcmdvaweather.info and get all your information there because that's the real skinny. We're looking at snow beginning at about 6 p.m. on Friday, lasting until about 8 a.m. on Saturday. There are no accumulations posted just yet, but as I mentioned earlier, some of the other typically more conservative voices are saying 6 or more inches. So there you go. Take that for what it's worth. That's my hack at the weather. You want to tune in tomorrow for the real deal with George from DCMD VA Weather. And as soon as I get this uploaded, I'm going to go dig into my tech woes.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
So maybe you've heard by now, the real estate market is hot. Actually, on fire might be a better term. And if you've been thinking about changing your address lately, but need to get your house market ready, here are a few simple tips to make your house shine. Clear the clutter. Basically making your house look like no one lives there when you still live there. Removing everything from kitchen and bathroom countertops is a great start. Give your house a deep clean. We're not just talking about a simple dust and vacuum. Think of this as detailing your house. Get into those hard-to-reach places, especially in the rooms buyers will focus on, like the kitchen and bathrooms, and power wash the outside walkways and decks. A fresh coat of paint can go a long way. Light gray and white trim is a safe choice. And finally, talk to us. The Kristi Neidhardt Team can help you find things you might not notice around your house that can make a huge difference in your sale price.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
You never know when you might need an attorney. It could be when the lights light up on the police car behind you. Or maybe you have $1 million idea and need to incorporate. From wills and trusts to car wrecks and arrests, Scott MacMullan with the Annapolis-based Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, is here to offer some insight for you with today's legal brief.
Hello, everyone. This is Scott MacMullan, and this is your legal brief. What should I do if I'm being investigated for a crime, and what are the different ways I can be arrested? Let's start off with the first one. If you are being investigated by the police, you should contact an attorney to ensure your rights are protected. You have the right to remain silent, and you should exercise that right. Even if you have nothing to hide, it is impossible to know what facts can somehow later be used against you. You may want to deny the allegations or answer basic factual questions, but by doing this, you may unknowingly provide the police with the one piece of corroborating information that they need in order to establish probable cause. And what are the different ways you can be arrested? There are two types of arrests: on-site, in person, and by warrant. So if the police are at the scene and they believe that they have probable cause that you have committed a crime, they can place you under arrest. This is what's called or known as an on-site arrest. If you are no longer at the scene or located by the police shortly after the incident, the police will generally seek an arrest warrant. An arrest warrant is simply a document that lays out the facts and evidence that the police believe establish probable cause that you committed a crime. The police will draft the warrant and submit it to the state's attorney and judge for a determination of probable cause. If the state's attorney and judge both find probable cause, the issue will be active. This is known as arrest by warrant. Attorney disclaimer: the information in this podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Listening to this podcast does not create an attorney-client relationship. The information in this podcast is prepared for a general audience and is not, nor intended to be, legal advice. If you seek an attorney, we invite you to contact Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, located in downtown Annapolis at 104 Cathedral Street, with parking available upon request. 443-494-9775. Scott MacMullan Law, LLC. Thanks so much.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners like yourself are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.